And we are live. Welcome into the Arena Multiplatform Gaming News Podcast morning show for Thursday, April 7th, 2022. I'm your host, Expat, along with my co-host, Burley Burleman Gaming on Twitch. Burley, good morning to you. How you doing today?
I'm doing good, It's payday for me. How are you, Expat?
I hate you. I wish it was payday for me. Usually payday over here in Japan falls on the 20th. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, but anyway, yeah, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. It's my last day of vacation until the schools start tomorrow. My regular day job, we go back to work. So, yeah, all the kids go back to school and all the teachers go back to work. So
doing that tomorrow. Alice Cooper to the last hour.
Exactly. Yeah. You know that, man. I'm gonna do that and get cranked up on that spiritual opium tonight and tomorrow morning before I have to go into the school. So yeah, looking forward to it. So, yeah, I mean, some of the kids and some of the teachers I work with, I'm looking forward to seeing again. So it's been a couple of weeks. So yeah. So, but yeah, in our morning show, we're going to talk about Max Payne, Burley. The Payne, Max Payne. So Max Payne's coming back. We're going to talk about that. The Days Gone director has jumped ship, and he's gone over to Crystal Dynamics. And, we talked about Crystal Dynamics yesterday. Yeah, Nani. We talked about Crystal Dynamics yesterday because they're going to be working on the next Tomb Raider game using Unreal Engine 5. But it looks like the Days Gone director, he's going over to Crystal. So we're going to talk about that. Dying Light 2, New Game Plus. So we're going to talk about New Game Plus, and then of course Ghost Recon Breakpoint. No more updates. So we're gonna finish up the show talking about that. So anyway, so Remedy and Rockstar, Burley, they're at it again. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. So we're gonna talk about that right after we get the coffee brewing and get things started. So Burley, got the coffee going for us?
Coffee is brewing.
All right, we will be right back right after this. All right. So, Remedy and Rockstar. So, Max Payne Remake in the works. So, yeah. Max Payne 1 and 2 Remake for PC, PS5, cool. Xbox Series X. So, yeah. So, this is from...
We got Carl, our other co-host in the chat, chiming in here. Cortana in the Halo shot. Show 2 thumbs up.
Shut up, Carl. I haven't watched it yet. No spoilers.
Well,
I'm going to watch it tonight. I'm going to watch it tonight with Star Trek Picard, episode 6.
Spoilers. She joins the Templar Order.
Yeah, there you go.
Oops.
Anyway, this is from IGN and Matt Kim. Remedy and Rockstar Games have announced they will be remaking Max Payne and Max Payne 2, The Fall of Max Payne. In a surprise announcement, Remedy will work with Rockstar under a new publishing agreement to remake the first 2 Max Payne games for PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S. Remedy will handle development while Rockstar will finance the project, quote, which will be in line with a typical Remedy AAA game production, end quote. The Max Payne remakes will also be developed on Remedy's Northlight game engine, the same engine used to develop Control and the upcoming Alan Wake 2. So, the original Max Payne games were also a result of a partnership between Remedy and Rockstar, with Remedy handling development and Rockstar Games publishing. Rockstar also handled the development of Max Payne 3. Quote, we were thrilled when our longtime friends at Remedy approached us about remaking the original Max Payne games, end quote, said Rockstar founder Sam Houser. Quote, we are massive fans of the work the Remedy team has created over the years, and we can't wait to play these new versions, end quote. Remedy CEO Tero Bertala added, quote, Max Payne has always held a special place in the hearts of everyone at Remedy, and we know the millions of fans worldwide feel the same, end quote. So Bertala added the team is excited to, quote, bring the story, action, and atmosphere of the original Max Payne games back to players in new ways, end quote. So the project is sounding like a full remake, given that it will be developed on Remedy's newest engine, and it will have a matching AAA budget. It's tantalizing to imagine the original Max Payne games built using the same engine as Control and Alan Wake 2. So Remedy had a successful run as of late with Game of the Year 2019 winner Control, and a new partnership with Epic Games for Alan Wake 2. Now Remedy will return to another beloved franchise with the Max Payne remakes. Burley, what do you think of this?
This is interesting to me. Like, I'm glad to see these games will get a remake, but Rockstar is involved. Remember this. Remember the Grand Theft Auto remasters.
Okay. So you think it's gonna be like?
I don't think it's gonna be that bad, but you need to tailor back your expectations. Like, I know some people that are gonna be like, oh my god, they're gonna put the same amount of effort like they did in the Alan Wake or put in like and make it good like Control. I was like, I have a feeling these will be good.
Yeah.
But you need to everyone needs to tailor their expectations.
Yeah, well, I mean, how far do you think this is off? I mean, it's like they're using their new engine, and it's probably going to be years before we see these.
Well, they're putting more of their effort Alan Wake 2. Alan Wake 2 is their big thing.
That's the bread and butter right now. Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, they're more focused. Get Alan Wake 2 out.
Yeah.
And then this is their next project, so that way they have something.
Right.
I just don't. I want this to be great, but like I've never played the first two Max Payne games, but I know of them and I know the whole bullet time and all that mechanics.
Right.
Everyone really loved back in the day.
But can you just imagine how brutal and how graphically gory this remake is going to be? If it's like a AAA type of game running on the new engine, and it's going to be like Alan Wake 2. Oh my goodness. I could just see these games would probably be censored to all hell out here in Asia, especially out here in Japan.
If you guys even get them.
Well, we'll get them. I mean, we get the Rockstar, the GTA games. We get them, but they're censored to hell. Yeah. I mean, it's unfortunate, but
I'm not for that.
Yeah.
That's a bull to me, especially since you're an adult.
Yeah. But I'm excited for these. Like we said, they're a ways off, but hopefully they won't be like the GTA remasters. So
and we got our co-host, other co-host here chiming in. Yeah, keep your expectations in check. It's just Max Payne.
Yeah, it's just Max Payne.
Ooh.
Yeah. But it should be exciting. We'll of course have more information on it when it gets closer to release. But I mean, if it's going to be AAA and it's going to probably look a lot like Alan Wake 2 when it comes to the graphical fidelity and all, boy, this could be a good one. So both of them. Yeah. So we'll be looking forward to that. All right, Burley. So next up, we're going to talk about the Days Gone director. Apparently, he's jumped ship and gone on to Crystal Dynamics. We're going to talk about that right after our drone flight. So you got the controller ready? You got that drone
I got
ready?
My controller all ready.
All right.
Initiated.
Drones initiated. We'll be back right after this. All right, Days Gone director Jeff Ross has joined Tomb Raider developer Crystal Dynamics, and I'm wondering if a little bit of this has to do with the fact that Days Gone 2 was basically shunned and the project was scrapped because Jeff Ross he was pretty vocal about this, really wanting to have Days Gone 2 put into production. But then Sean Layden, of course, left PlayStation, and then they just shunned it. and they just dropped the project altogether because they wanted to, focus on Ghost of Tsushima. And of course, Ghost of Tsushima obviously is going to have a sequel. Yeah. So So anyway, this is from Ryan Dinsdale over at IGN. So Days Gone director Jeff Ross has joined Tomb Raider developer Crystal Dynamics. And we talked about Crystal Dynamics yesterday, of course, because, they're going to be working on the next Tomb Raider game in Unreal Engine 5. In a tweet, Ross announced he was joining the studio as design director just hours after it revealed it was working on a new Tomb Raider game. He didn't confirm which game he'd be working on, though, as Crystal Dynamics is also co-developing the Perfect Dark reboot with the Initiative, which, Burley, you were saying yesterday on yesterday's morning show, you think the Initiative's going to be dumped for Crystal on this.
I can see it happening. You can't...
Yeah.
With the way the things we've heard about the Initiative,
yeah,
I think it'll go to Crystal more.
Okay, so... And also, Crystal's also continuing to work on Marvel's Avengers, but I would tend to think that that's going to be coming to an end quite soon.
Oh, Avengers is silently just going to get killed. No more new content.
Yeah. Ross will be joining Crystal Northwest in Seattle this summer, a subsidiary studio of Crystal Dynamics, but his LinkedIn profile indicates he's been a Crystal Dynamics employee since February. That's kind of interesting, yeah? Mm-hmm. Ross has previously expressed his desire to work on an Uncharted game, and considering that Crystal Dynamics took inspiration from the PlayStation exclusive when it rebooted Tomb Raider, it would certainly make sense if he was a lead in Lara Croft's latest. He's also been vocal about the sequel to Ben Studios' Days Gone that never got to happen, so I mentioned that part already. So, it goes on to say that the new Tomb Raider game from Crystal Dynamics is being developed in Unreal Engine 5, with franchise general manager Dallas Dickinson promising, quote, a high-quality cinematic action adventure experience, end quote. So, Burley, your thoughts on this? Him jumping over, maybe a little bit of it was his displeasure at the fact that Days Gone didn't get a sequel, but then again, maybe he thought that he would have more of a chance to, use his strengths when it comes to developing another game over with Crystal, maybe the Tomb Raider series. What do you think?
I think there's it's multi-layered here. It's a multitude of reasons. I think he is pissed with Sony. Mm-hmm. They are not happy that they're not getting Days Gone 2. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to go my thoughts on that because we've already done that before. But yeah, he was looking out. He knew he wasn't going to get into it. Naughty Dog. I don't know if is looking for people, and we don't know. Naughty Dog is kind of more focused into Last of Us. That's what we know of. So he probably saw stuff for Crystal Dynamics and saw, okay, they're eventually going to do a new Tomb Raider. I have a chance of getting into that. I can't get into Uncharted necessarily easily, but I can get into Tomb Raider, do something like that. And since they are not part of Sony, I'm not having to sit there and deal with Sony.
Yeah.
So I can get out, do some different franchises, and kind of flex more of my creative muscles.
Yeah. I mean, it's just all speculation as to why he left, but I don't know. I mean, good luck to him. Hopefully, if he is a part of the next Tomb Raider game, hopefully it's an amazing game. We'll be looking forward to it. So, I mean, Days Gone was a great game. So, we shall see. All right, Burley, it's time to move on to Dying Light 2. So, are you planning to play Dying Light 2 at all? I played the first game. I still want to play Dying Light 2. So.
I just picked up the first game on a digital sale. So
nice.
I eventually will try the first game out and then go from there.
Cool. Nice. Okay, we're going to get to that right after this, so stay tuned. Burley, how do you feel about most AAA games having a new game plus mode? I really am for a new game plus mode in every game. I mean, if it's a game that you're really excited to play again, and then you have all of the abilities and all of the weapons, that you had from the first playthrough, I think that's a really cool, thing to have for most games. How do you feel about New Game Plus in general?
I really enjoy them because now I can go back, redo certain sections of the game now that I have more options, and can really explore. So it is really fun. Like one of the game series that I love really doing it is with the Ratchet Clank games.
Right.
Because beginning you're so limited with what little weapons you have at the time, and then going back and testing with the other later weapons and seeing different situations and how you can get through them. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Okay, so this is from over at, I'm going to read the story here from Petrana Radulovic. I think that's how you pronounce the writer's name, from Polygon.com. So the upcoming patch for Dying Light 2 Stay Human will bring the biggest update to the game, including a new Game Plus mode. The update will arrive later this month on all platforms. There are no further details on exactly what the new patch and the new Game Plus mode will include, but the official Dying Light Twitter account promises that it will be one of the biggest updates of Dying Light 2 yet. Quote, apart from many fixes for both multi and single player mode, it will also introduce a new Game Plus mode, giving you more reasons to revisit the city, end quote, reads the tweet from Twitter. So, yeah. So the sequel for Dying Light 2 is set 22 years after the first game, bringing players back to the zombie-infested open world. So it is currently available on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Windows PC, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X. So yeah, Burley, good news here. Another big game like this getting New Game Plus. But I mean, I'm kind of wondering why don't they just do this when they release the game? Why can't they have New Game Pluses for most games day one?
Yeah, see, this like, because Horizon doesn't have it still. Forbidden West.
Right.
This is really weird that these games are not launching with it day one.
Right.
Especially with Dying Light 2. Remember, their whole marketing gimmick is like over 500 hours, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Of content.
Right.
Okay, you want to add to it and help sell that? New Game Plus should have been day one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I do not get this, that this had to be an update 2 to 3 months.
Yeah.
After the game launched.
It's just the fact that they're just trying to push these games out as quick as they can, and they know that they're still going to make a ton of sales, even though the new Game Plus mode isn't implemented. It's unfortunate, but I'd like to see more games moving forward having New Game Plus, at launch. But,
yes.
Oh, well.
Oh, Carl, Triangle Strategy launched with New Game Plus. Nice. I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. See, but games like that, I mean, probably the development, cycle, and the amount of people working on it, and the time frame that they have to actually releasing the game, it probably wasn't as stressful with Triangle Strategy as it was for Dying Light 2. They really wanted to push Dying Light 2 out, I think.
Well, wasn't it originally? It was December of last year.
Yeah, I think that's when it came out. Yeah.
No, it came February this year.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, December was supposed to come out, and then it moved over.
Then they pushed it back because there was the whole NFT controversy for the game. And then they were taking that shit out to when they start getting the backlash. Like,
that's a good segue, Burley. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know it's a good segue, but the problem is, as you said, they're always just trying to get these things out. No one wants to make this thing ready with all the games. They're more trying now. Game developers are trying to push the line of how many features they don't have to have day one, and that they can patch in the first 4 months. Get it?
Halo Infinite multiplayer. Yeah, right, Burley.
Halo Infinite, no co-op campaign. Like,
no co-op campaign. Yeah.
If you bought Halo Infinite on disc, I feel for you. I really do, because you're going to wait about a year to get all the features you were promised. Mm-hmm. And you should be able to go to Walmart, GameStop, Best Buy, wherever you bought it from, and said, I'm not paying full price because none of the half the features on this box aren't there. Charge me a small fee, and Microsoft can charge me the rest later.
Right. Okay, so what I meant by good segue was, of course, Ghost Recon Breakpoint is not getting any new updates, but this series started implementing NFTs. And we're going to talk about that right after this. Stay tuned. All right, so this is from Chris Holt over at Engadget. Ghost Recon Breakpoint won't receive any more updates. And the game is home to Ubisoft's first implementation of NFTs. So, Burley, how much experience do you have playing Ghost Recon?
I played the Advanced Warfighter, the first one on the 360.
Okay.
And yeah, that was a fun game.
I played Ghost Recon Wildlands. That was pretty cool. Okay. And then I also have played Breakpoint as well. So, but I haven't. Ooh. I played it like a few months after it came out. But yeah, I wasn't into it when all the other updates started coming through. But anyway, let me go ahead and read some of this for you from the Engadget article. Ubisoft says Ghost Recon Breakpoint will no longer receive content updates, leaving the tactical shooter essentially frozen in time. In the last few months, the developers added a mode called Operation Motherland and a bunch of items. In all, Ubisoft released 11 content updates for Breakpoint. The publisher will keep the servers for both that game and its predecessor, Ghost Recon Wildlands, online for the foreseeable future. Breakpoint wasn't well received when it was released in October 2019. Man, Burley, it's been 3 years since it came out. And same with Control, as we were talking about with Remedy earlier on. At the beginning of the show. It's been 3 years, man. Ubisoft swiftly went into damage control mode to resolve some of the bugs and stability issues in the weeks after release. However, the game's perhaps best known these days for being home to Ubisoft's first rollout of NFTs. In December, the publisher announced plans to add NFTs, though it calls them digits, to its game through the Quartz platform. The news didn't go over well with players or employees, many of whom cited concerns about the environmental impact of NFTs and accused Ubisoft of trying to milk more money from consumers. Now, Burley, do you think this is probably one of the reasons that they're not bringing out any more updates to this game?
That's a reason. There's a multitude of reasons. This game has been quite dead, from what I know.
Yeah.
This game, the game is like 3 years old, but it did not launch well. Yeah. There were things like I remember seeing reviews of it where if you beat the tutorial mission and like one mission after that, you could go kill the final boss.
Yeah.
And be done the story within like 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
That's pretty, and like that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
And the problem, I can't remember if this is one of the ones where Ubisoft put roadblocks in the game.
It was either that or I don't remember if it was that or the Division. The Division 2.
Well, there's Division 2 had them, but I know one of the Ghost Recon where they had roadblocks and wanted you to buy time savers and all this other crap to save you time.
Yeah, yeah.
But like it is. Ubisoft has not done well with this stuff. They're just trying everything. They say, "Oh, it's for the benefit of gaming and all this other crap." They want their bottom lines higher. Yeah. The problem is every time you do all this, I just see more and more Ubisoft games. It's like, well, do I really want to pay full price for this?
Yeah.
When they're going to want to charge me, try and milk me out of another $30 to $40.
Right.
With other crap to get me to go through faster and all this and that. And it's like, no, I really don't. I don't really care.
And what really worries me, Burley, is that with my favorite series, and obviously it's a Ubisoft, series, Assassin's Creed, I have a feeling that's going to start happening more and more with that franchise.
Oh, they tried a lot with Valhalla.
Yes,
they really try, and it's on. Yeah. It used, I don't know if it is anymore, but it used to be on the loading screens.
And just
load back in when you die, it'd be like, buy stuff to make it. Why spend time doing missions? Check out our store to buy to improve yourself faster. It's like
and what? Infinity is probably going to have a ton of it. Also, it's going to. That's going to be and actually, like the servers for the Division 2, they're still coming out with more content. So I'm kind of surprised that they're closing up Breakpoint now to not have any more updates, whereas the Division 2, they have some new updates that have been coming out recently. So Division 2 is still being
Division 2 was a lot more popular than Breakpoint.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That was the thing. Breakpoint launched and it had so much backlash, and like Ubisoft, they kept putting updates and they tried to basically get you to come. You ever seen that old Warner Brothers short? It's a Looney Tunes one where the guy finds the frog and it does this, "Hello my baby" song.
Yeah.
And you know how he goes to that theater, he tries to get everyone to come, and the only way he can get people to come is free beer.
Yeah.
And the frog doesn't perform. It's basically like this. They're trying everything to get people to come here.
Yeah.
The game can't perform because of all the crap that was into it, and people realized.
Right.
Oh well.
Yep.
Get ready for the next Ghost Recon game.
Yeah.
In like 3 years or so, because they've already started development.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, Breakpoint is 3 years old now, so I'm sure. Yeah, it's probably been a couple of years in development at least. So
they already have all their franchises are already starting new developments. Like Far Cry, maybe not, because they just had 6, and then they're putting a bunch of content out still for 6.
And they're still, like I said, they're still putting content out for the Division 2. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a teaser for the Division 3 sometime this year or next year, probably.
Oh yeah.
So it's coming, And instead of New York, Division 2 is in Washington D.C. Probably, the Division 3 will be somewhere else in the world, probably. Kind of like the Watch Dogs games. Watch Dogs Legion was, of course, in the UK. So, who knows? We shall see. But anyway, okay. So some announcements, of course. Episode 80 of the Arena Multiplatform Gaming News Podcast with myself, Burley, and our other co-host, Turn-Based Carl, is up on YouTube as well as on free podcast services. In audio format, so you can go and check that out. So you can check out our YouTube channel, of course, for that, and all of our other shows. For example, our post shows for the podcast, our extra take, which pretty soon we're going to be doing an extra take on Horizon Forbidden West, as well as on Elden Ring and some other games. So stay tuned for those.
And we've got actually Carl here in the chat, our other co-host, saying the Division Toronto. No. If you're going to do any city in Canada, especially for what's happened, it's going to be the damn capital. It's going to be Ottawa.
All right. Okay. So obviously we have our Twitch channel that we do the morning show on here. So at twitch.tv/thearena_podcast. And then, of course, we're over on Twitter at the Arena AMPGMP. So you can check us out there. And we also have a Discord, the Arena Podcast Discord, where you can come and join us and talk about video games and the news that we talk about here on the morning show. So the link is invite link is below there. So come and check out our Discord as well. So yeah, and we also have a TikTok. So some of the clips of our morning show and our podcast go up, and our other shows will go up to TikTok as well. So the link to our TikTok is there as well. So come and check us out there. So that does it for our social media stuff. So Burley,
Carl, I didn't know the capital city of Canada. Oh God, You need to know. We used to be a good country. We used to be better than America, the United States, but
hey, come on, man. My daughter is going to Canada in August. So come on.
It is a good country.
Yeah.
We just need our leader out.
Okay. I'll stay out of that conversation, man. Yeah, that's not for me. I mean, it's like over here.
I don't like getting political, but when our country is like at the laughing point of other countries, like we had George W. Bush running our country, you have a problem.
Hey, man, over here in Japan, it's like we have a revolving door of prime ministers like every 6 months to a year. So come on. It's like the way it is here.
I'll take that. I'll take that right now.
No, you don't. You don't want that. You don't want that for sure. But anyway, okay, that's going to do it for today's morning show. We'll be back again tomorrow, 4:30 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time and 7:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time for the next edition of the Arena Multiplatform Gaming News Podcast Morning Show. So for our Friday edition, what surprising breaking news is going to come out between now and Friday? We don't know, but whatever it is, we will be bringing it to you. And we want to thank all of you that are watching in video on demand, checking us out later on when you get a chance. We really appreciate all of your support, and thank you so much for coming and checking us out. And I want to thank our other co-host on the Arena, a Multi-Platform Gaming News Podcast, Turn-Based Carl, for being in the chat today and checking us out. And for all of you that have checked us out, coming by, thank you so much. We appreciate it. So
he's also our ambassador of Twitter.
That's right. Yes, the Arena AMPGMP.
If anyone's talking on Twitter, he will debate you on Twider. Everyone.
Yes.
And he's like, hey, I at least know Justin Trudeau's name.
Yeah, he debates anyone and everyone and all those other, gaming media site people. Yeah, he debates them and talks to them as well. So, all right. Okay, so thank you so much, and we hope to catch you in tomorrow's morning show, the Friday edition. So have a great day. Have a great rest of your morning, everyone. Wherever you are in the world, have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. So take care, everyone. Peace out. Burley, kill the feed.
With pleasure.